All right. So for our session now, we're gonna go back to when we were talking about supports and your identified support. So I have activity for you today, and you're gonna work on this activity. I'm gonna tell you what it is. We're gonna do a genogram, and a genogram is how. Have you ever heard of a genogram? So a genogram is we're going to write you in the middle here, and I put 5 spots for you to write 5 different people. And if you don't have 5, that's totally fine. And then I'm going to give you some instructions on how to connect those people to you, okay? And then we're going to talk about that afterwards. Sound like something that's okay to do?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll wait till you finish wrapping that little guy up. All right. So I'm giving you this tablet. You're going to write your name in the middle here.
Sit down, baby.
And then you're going to write your supports in each circle. If you don't have 5, that's fine. If you got more than 5, draw a little circle. Do not draw any lines until I tell you, okay? All right. Go ahead.
I don't know how. Sit down. So 5 different people going
5 different people. And if you got more than 5, that's totally fine. Do you need a chair or something? Okay. A little spit up. That's all right.
Does it matter where?
Doesn't matter where they are. Doesn't matter where they are. They're both looking at me. Thank you.
I don't think I have.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be. He just sneezed. It doesn't have to be 5. If you just have 4, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So, do you mind sharing those 4?
Yeah.
You mind sharing it?
Yeah. My sister. My sister Hope. Her husband Justin. Isha, which is the Marvel's name, and my dad.
Okay. So, with those 4, this is what you're going to do now. No, I think you just spit up on it. It's okay. It's okay. So this is what you're going to do. There's a solid line and there's a dotted line.
Okay.
The dotted line means there's a strained relationship there. A solid line means there's a strong relationship there. So I want you to go ahead and connect those to you using the solid line or a dotted line. Remember, dotted line means... That's fine. All right.
Actually, I don't even know if that's possible, but I did anyway.
Okay. So tell me, let's start first with your solid lines, your strong supports. Talk to me about them.
I can pretty much talk to him about anything, for anything. Ask him for advice, help, like, well, very tough love, and it's easy to, easy communication, I guess. Better.
Okay. And who were your solid connections?
Did I have to tell you?
Yes. If you're not comfortable sharing, that's okay. Give me at least one.
Well, all of them were solid connections.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing is, I made a solid and a broken line when it comes to my dad. Because sometimes it can be a strained relationship. But working with him is just difficult.
Okay.
But he's my dad, so he's always going to be my support system.
Okay. So the string line and a solid line for one person, that's totally fine because that happens too. Because sometimes we go on a spectrum. One day with this great connection, this great support, and the next day it can be a little.
I mean, all it is expectations, and like you say, that can come and go every day.
Yeah, expectations from you to him or for him.
For both.
For both. And what are your expectations for your father?
100% support. Whether I don't know, even if you don't agree with something, just say that you don't agree with something. Still try to support instead of either my way or highway.
So
and then after the fact, you want to come back around and be like, oh, okay, well, don't wait till the show's already going on and be like, oh, I support you all along. Okay. That's not how that's supposed to work.
So unconditional support.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think, or what have you noticed are his expectations for you?
I don't even think he really has real expectations for me.
Okay.
I think he wants me to be like other people, and that's not my thing.
Be like who? Like you say other people. Like who?
All my life he's compared me to my sister.
Okay. You're an older sister or your younger sister?
Older.
Okay.
But
And is
I
that
mean, some things she does is great, but
Mhm.
that's her thing, her like the way she wants to go.
right?
That don't necessarily mean what's gonna work for her is gonna work for me,
Okay.
or what made her happy can make me happy.
Right. Have you had those conversations with him?
Yes, like talk to a wall.
Okay. So you tried to express yourself like, hey, I'm my own person, and it's going to be how I want to do things, and there's no feedback from him on that.
Right.
Okay. And when that happens, how does that look to you?
I mean, it's stressful, but I'm the type of person that I'm just gonna do it the way I want to do it anyway.
Okay.
Whether it works or not.
Okay.
Maybe not a good outlook to have, but yeah, that's just pretty much me.
Right. To you, what would it take for that dash, that dotted line from him to become a full solid line? What would it take?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
He's old now, so he's just setting his needs the way he.
Okay. Okay. Now the rest of them were solid lines. Yeah, that's okay. That's interesting as well, because we often have more than one dotted line that we have to deal with. So what does that to you say about your support system?
That is fairly strong.
Fairly strong. Okay. That's good. And what do you think of your support system that being fairly strong? What do you think about that?
I think it's healthy to have a strong support system.
Uh huh. I had a question and I lost it. No, you're fine. You didn't do anything. I lost it. So you think it's healthy?
Mom, please sit down with that.
You think it's healthy to have a strong support system? What would your life be like if it was a weak support system in your life? What do you think it would be like?
I think it has potential to be a good life, and it has potential to go the same way, but it's just gonna be harder.
How's that?
Because you really, you're dependent on yourself. You're dependent on yourself to make a decision anyway, but you'll fight harder with yourself about the decision of whatever you're trying to do out of life, get out of life.
Okay. Do you feel like you have to fight hard now?
No.
No. What's the reasoning that you think that you don't have to fight hard now?
It seems like everything is falling into place.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that look like? Everything falling in place?
Home is good, job is good. Everything, bills are paid,
Mm-hmm.
things are working out
Okay.
fine. Issues arise, but I don't have any major issues.
Mm-hmm.
No health issues.
Okay. So right now everything is, in the way that you're looking at it, everything is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stable.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Sit down, Buddha. Sit down, please.
Have you had any disappointments with your support systems besides your father? You just talked about your father. Any disappointments? No. If there was one other support that you haven't considered that you would want to be part of that strong support system you have, it would be from.
I couldn't even think of the first five. You're asking me to add somebody else.
Okay. You don't know? Okay. You getting back up here? All right. Do you want more support in your life?
I guess. Yeah, why not? Who wouldn't want a genuine support? Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
that I don't want somebody to be like, oh, I support you, and then it don't go as planned, and then like they have something to say or don't really. I don't know.
So again, it goes to that unconditional support.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that sounds like that's very important to you.
Yeah, I mean, we want somebody to have go ahead and do something.
Have you had to deal with that?
I mean, it's just like you have somebody work on your car. Would you want somebody to halfway work on your car?
That's a good analogy. Yeah. Have you had to deal with that before? Semi-conditional support besides your dad? You just talked about your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, not yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And when you said yeah, not yes, that made it become definite. I heard a definite with that.
Yes, that was really trashy.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
A nice way to talk. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just correcting the way I was talking. That's all. But yes.
Yes. And how did that make you feel? The semi-support, besides your dad. How did that make you feel?
If it's somebody that you care about, that you trust, well, somebody that I care about, somebody I trust, kind of sucks, but you just gotta relax for the people who are, people for what they are.
Mm-hmm. When you realize
Eating that paper.
Eat the lollipop. There you go. When you realized that this person wasn't fully supportive, tell me what you were thinking when that thought popped in your head. Oh, this person's not here for me. What was the thoughts that popped in your head?
It makes it hard for you to see the person for who they made themselves to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a baby.
So you're telling me once you realized that person wasn't fully there, it changed your viewpoint of it. Yeah. And then you started to experience what emotion?
Sadness.
Sadness. Frustration. Okay. And when that happened, how did your interactions go with that person?
It made it difficult. I mean, I didn't completely cut a person off, but it didn't put a string there. It made it difficult. Then became like a trust issue more than anything.
So once it became a trust issue,
that's how you feel too.
Once it became a trust issue, did your behaviors change at all?
More than likely. Yeah.
What were they? Did you recognize any of the behaviors changing?
Make you a lot more standoffish. You make you more reserved than you watch more than you speak, I guess.
Okay.
Makes more sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds like you kind of isolate yourself from that person. Yeah. Didn't want to deal with him or engage with him as much. And when this became apparent, how was the reaction once that person realized that you were kind of standoffish?
At first it's more like it's like my problem, my issue, like you don't understand what's going on. But once you break it down to them, then you kind of see it's kind of too late.
Right. And how is that past event affecting your present, or is it affecting your present at all?
Not really. It just, I mean, I try to observe more. I mean, I always go to trusting people. I start by trusting people who trust in something that you build, but I like to go and trust people.
Okay.
So I just continue to try to trust people, but I also watch actions as well as listen to words.
Okay. So it's made you a little bit more vigilant when dealing with people.
Yeah.
More observant, more watchful, trying to make sure that they are who they are.
Open and trash.
Is this before you truly fully accept them, or do you still go in with full acceptance, or are you kind of hesitant now? Hesitant. And what does that do for Michelle A? When you have, because again, let's go back to before when you said Michelle A is a social person, loves to engage with people, but now because of this past experience,
I still engage, but I still like a guard up.
but that's still a little bit different than how you described yourself before. Now you have to keep this guard up.
No, I don't see it as different. But
Okay. And I could be wrong. And yeah, this is just how I'm reading it. This is totally fine. So, with the guard up, is it causing any difficulties? Is it causing any difficulties?
Amara, go put it in the trash.
And
Lid, trash.
is it causing any difficulties in actually getting to know people? Because,
I don't think so. I think it actually makes it easy
okay, why is that?
because you can weed out a lot of issues if you just watch and observe a person for who they are in all aspects instead of I guess rushing into being a friend or rushing into calling yourself a friend or something like that.
So your hesitancy has actually made it easier for you to develop better friendships.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. What did you think of the exercise?
It was quite interesting
It was interesting.
because I never really broke it down to multiple people and how strong the relationship is.
Okay. Okay, good. So, I'm glad we were able to do that. I'm glad you were able to look at your supports on. Sometimes it's better to actually write stuff out and draw it, and you can see what you're actually thinking about something. So I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that. I'm going to leave that with you, and you can revisit it anytime you want. You can add someone, you can change it, and you can start questioning, hey, why did this line change from a strong line to a dash? Why did it go from a dash to a strong line? You can start processing what's going on. Okay? All right, so thank you very much.